What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And today, we're going to reveal our pick for Espn Nfl 2K5. Y'all know me. I like to do things 100% old school. Old rosters, no updated rosters. Everything old school on the good old PS2 console. Sometimes the 360. But most of the time, the PS2 on this channel and on my first channel. Anyways, man, it's time to talk about an Espn Nfl 2K5 franchise. The three teams that it came down to were the Bears, the Bucks, and the Cowboys. There was a lot of love for the Vikings and the Packers. We may revisit one of those teams later on in a franchise. The Skins were also pretty popular. The Seahawks were popular. And the G-Men were pretty popular. But none of those teams were as popular as the Bears, Bucks, and Cowboys, except for the Vikings and Packers. The Packers got Brett Favre. Who knows how long he's going to be available in the franchise. He's probably going to retire, I'm thinking, by year 3, maybe. I think he's going to retire. But the Packers are the Packers, one of the best teams in here. I didn't want to do one of the best teams. The Vikings, I get the Vikings. It's freaking Randy Moss. It's freaking 2K football. Like he was the cover athlete, 3 years in a row when the game first came out. So I get that. And again, maybe we'll revisit one of those teams later on. The Skins, I think, would be a good team to do. They got a good running back in Clinton Portis. The defense is solid, especially that linebacker core. Got a good, strong safety in, of course, Sean Taylor. But everything else you kind of need to work out. And so that would have been a nice rebuild to do. And then, of course, you had the G-Men. Eli, he's a rookie. That's kind of why I wanted to do the G-Men. Rookie Eli, see how he progresses under my tutelage. You know what I'm saying? And the Saints got some love. The Niners got some love. The Seahawks, like I said, got some love. Seahawks kind of stacked. They're kind of in that Packers mold. Got a solid quarterback, got a solid running back. You know what I'm saying? But it really came down to these three teams. Bears, Bucks, and Cowboys. All right? So the Bucks, they got the third most votes from what I was able to tally up at this moment in time as I'm doing this commentary. I think the Bucks would be a cool team. They are, 2 years removed, I want to say, from that Super Bowl victory over the Raiders. But you need a quarterback. They do have a young Chris Sims. They do have Brian Greasy. You're going to need a running back. I believe it was the next season that they drafted Cadillac Williams, I want to say. Your receiving core is aging. Keyshawn is a good receiver still at this moment in time, but you know what I'm saying? He is not the guy that he used to be. He's not the throw me the darn ball Keyshawn no more. Anyways, so that will be a solid rebuild. Defense needs to get retooled. No John Lynch, no Warren Sapp. You do have Derek Brooks still there and Rondé Barber. So that might be a possibility as well. Then you got the Cowboys. They came in with the second most votes that I could see from your comments. And, of course, going up against the Skins twice a year, going up against the Eagles and the G-Men twice a year, be in that division. That would be a good look. And the Cowboys, from what I remember, they have a pretty good defense. Quincy Carter is a question mark. Running back most likely will be a question mark. I don't think that Julius Jones is going to turn out to be the guy that they think he was going to be, if that makes sense. Of course, this team would eventually get Keyshawn, so they need some wide receiver help. You have Antonio Bryant on the squad. He was supposed to be like, what Dez Bryant turned out to be, what CeeDee Lamb was probably going to turn out to be, but it really didn't work out. No Tony Romo, got Quincy Carter. So, again, the Cowboys would be a good one as well. But ultimately, ladies and gentlemen, I have decided to go with the monsters of the Midway, those Chicago Bears. Urlacher, Briggs, you got Tillman, so you got a cornerback. You also have Vasher, I believe, on the roster, but who knows how good Vasher's actually going to turn out to be. The D-line is pretty good. You got Okunliye. You got Harris. Thomas Harris, I believe, right? Is it Thomas Harris? Tommy Harris. Tommy Harris. You got Julius Jones' brother, Thomas Jones, as your lead back. Don't know if he's the guy at running back. The offense basically needs to be retooled. You probably got to find safety help. Mike Brown is still in this game, and he is Mike Brown, when he is healthy, is one of the better safeties in the game. But he has a hard time staying healthy, and I'm not quite sure how 2K5, I'm not sure how his injury rating is in that game. But, hey, it is what it is. So, yeah, quarterback right now is Rex Grossman. We're going to probably have to draft somebody, find somebody in free agency. So they have stars. Urlacher, Hall of Famer. Obviously, Lance Briggs is a solid number 2 linebacker, or outside linebacker, I should say. But they need help. Peanut Tillman, in my estimation, really wasn't a shutdown corner. He was a great cover 2 corner. He was a great corner for what they asked him to do. So we probably need to find some cornerback help, some safety help as well. I think the O-line inside was good. Right, center was great. Guard, I think, was decent, but the tackles, I think, need some work, if my memory serves me correctly. So, yeah, it's the Bears, and that'll give us a chance to go up against the Packers twice a year and go up against the Vikings twice a year. I feel like this was the best way to try to appease as many people as I could, and I think it's going to be a different franchise because the pieces on offense really aren't there. And almost every franchise I've had pieces on offense. We go back to the Cleveland Browns franchise. Of course, we trade for Phillip Rivers. We already have Braylon Edwards. Got to find a running back. We did that. Arizona, that we had a young Anquan Bolden. You know what I'm saying? This team, I don't see any like legitimate offensive. Oh yeah, this guy, he's gonna be here forever. So this whole offense could be how I want it to be. Just make it how I want it to make it. So again, we might revisit when this franchise is done or when my Titans franchise is done in the future. We're going to revisit some of these teams. There were some suggestions to do AFC West. And the AFC West, at this moment in time, you have the Chiefs, but the Broncos really aren't that far behind. The Raiders, they're older. That will be probably the biggest rebuild in here. You got Warren Sapp, who's like their big free agent, and he was old as they're not really old, but he was older. And then of course you got the Chargers with LT. And Chargers with LT could go toe-to-toe with anybody, really and truly. So, again, we will revisit revisit some of these teams. And, of course, I do my rebuilds and some college football on my other channel. So, we might do a rebuild with one of these teams where it's just one episode and we go and have some fun there. But I think the Bears are going to be cool, man. It's going to give us some challenges. We already have some pieces on defense, like I said. And we got to go up against the Vikings with the big boss, Randy Moss, and Brett Favre. You know what I'm saying? So that's going to do it, man. Hope you guys are excited. Hope that the rest of your day is the best of your day. And until we meet again, my friends, peace, love. Huzzahs.